These California boxers get together. They brought plenty of fans along to give them vocal support. We expect that to come into play as well. Lopez hoping very desperately to atone for a draw his last time out in March. He hopes to take out his frustration on Gutierrez. Little Guns hopes that his knockout punch, so legitimate on the featherweight ranks, will be in place in the junior lightweight level. He'll be gunning for the Tiger.
Judge Harmonio Cedeno scores at 115-115. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a draw.
Bitter words for IBF champion Tony the Tiger Lopez and over 10,000 of his Tiger maniacs. The Sacramento hero dominated the first half of this high-profile unification bout with WBA belt holder Brian Mitchell, but just ran out of gas by the finish. The disappointing decision brings big changes to Lopez's camp, hoping to unleash a new and improved Tiger.
The ability that we are instilling into Tony is a discipline that he needs. He's a good champion now, but he will soon to be a great champion.
The biggest change for the 130-pounder comes from Evander Holyfield. Co-trainer Chaz Jordan brings the Tiger the same intense conditioning and weight training that keeps Holyfield on his successful reign as heavyweight king.
I'm giving Tony an unlimited amount of power and stamina. Modern technology shows that either you catch up with the technology of the day or you get left behind.
I've learned a lot in the last couple of weeks that we've been together. I find myself breathing easier. I feel myself getting stronger. I don't think I've ever lifted weight in my whole life, so it's something new for me. There's a big difference already. You know, I can feel it in my body.
And push it, then push it. Let's go, big. Turn it on. Come on, push. I train him 3-minute spurts, 1-minute rest. So by the time he climbs into the ring, he's already rested up. He's used to it. His mind is used to it. His body's used to it.
Here we go, last one.
In order to do something spectacular, you gotta add a few more people that know what they're doing on the endurance, on the health, on the diet, and on the strength.
Lopez's ring history is already quite spectacular. He got off the canvas and grabbed the junior lightweight title in 1988's Fight of the Year against Rocky Lockridge. But it was the 28-year-old's 3 brawls with Ron Molina that defined him as a world-class champion. The Tiger was frighteningly pummeled in the second showdown with John.
My eye was bigger. It was hard to see where he was coming from. I knew he was close enough to hit back, so that's what I was depending on. I just had to wait to get hit first, you know, and just trying to find out what angle he was coming from and swinging at that angle.
In their final rematch, Lopez was left for dead, an overwhelming underdog, only a few fans supporting their fallen idol. The Tiger's career wasn't snuffed out. He sent Molina to the mat for the first time in his career and snatched the belt back.
That third fight was a personal fight. I don't know, he just didn't show no respect. In the ring, out of the ring. Winning or losing, I was going to have his respect. You know, better winning than losing.
His reputation as a gutty champion is rivaled only by his flamboyant lifestyle. Bungee cord jumping tops his latest out-of-the-ring accomplishments.
Looked like it was a lot of fun, and it was. The most thing I like is the edge part, and it was on the edge. It was fun. I love keeping busy. If I'm not working on my cars, I'm out dancing someplace. Summertime, it's boating. In between fights, almost 24 hours a day, you can find me on the river or in the lake. You know, it's just something I like to do. The only thing that separates me from everybody else is I wear a belt. You know, other than that, I'm only human.
Tonight, Lupe Little Guns Gutierrez hopes to sever Lopez from his belt by blasting through the Tigers' untested team. The 4-time Gold Glove champ took the USBA featherweight belt from Jeff Franklin in a blistering toe-to-toe 12-round decision. The win earned him his world title shot against Mexico's Jorge Paez. His desire is huge and punching unyielding, but a weak defense prevented him from victory. The San Jose favorite has learned from the loss and vowed never to lose another championship fight. Moving up to junior lightweight, Little Guns is training harder and is more prepared for tonight's battle than any of his past bouts. And this may be the test of his career, because the eye of the Tiger is in focus by persistent and disciplined work of Ward and Jordan.
Tony is the champion and the great man to look for the future. He's not the same fighter he used to be. If he goes longer than 3 or 4 rounds, then I see Mr. Gutierrez suffering a great amount of pain, a great amount of abuse.
We're all working real hard to win every fight, and that's what we're going to be doing. And I will not lose any fights until I decide to retire. And I deeply believe that.
It's time now for the main event. Tony the Tiger Lopez against Lupe Little Guns Gutierrez, the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship at stake. Let's go now to ringside and Lynn Berman.
Thank you, Cambrell. And reflecting back on your interview with Evander Holyfield, his lot in life is to be the other guy against George Foreman. Foreman was the attraction. Now against Mike Tyson, Tyson is the main draw, not Holyfield. Now, did you buy what Holyfield was saying about not being upset that he's the underdog already?
Well, you know, he's a confident person. He really believes in himself, but I can't understand how a man who's the undisputed champ of the world can feel comfortable with being the underdog, going in against a guy that was knocked out by a man that Holyfield knocked out. So I got to feel it's got to irk him a little bit.
I'm sure it does. All right, our main event tonight, we have the bungee jumping champion, Tony Lopez, a 6-1 favorite. But after his draw with the South African Brian Mitchell, he made some major changes in his camp.
Yeah, he certainly did. He got rid of Will Edgington, who was his long lifetime trainer, actually got him to the world title. Wasn't happy with the instructions he got during the Mitchell fight. He wanted him to box, and Lopez wanted to slug more. So he got rid of him. He brought in Stan Ward, the ex-California heavyweight champ, and Chaz Jordan, the strength coach for Evander Holyfield. Right. So he made a major change, but he says he feels a lot better than he used to. He feels more strong, more confident in himself. Let's see if it pays off tonight.
And Lupe Gutierrez stepping up in class. He admits that the rap on him is accurate. He's a slow starter, but he promises to come out firing this evening.
Well, they both promised to come out firing this evening. Tony Lopez says that's one of the reasons why he got rid of his people in his corner. He's going to come out, so is Gutierrez, fast.
All right, let's start with our Goosen's Corner with the challenger, Lupe Gutierrez.
Right. Well, Lupe is coming up from 126 pounds to 130 pounds right here. And what he's got to do, he's got to live up to his word and jump on Lopez quick. I think he's got to take advantage of the early rounds and maybe get a little bit of a lead. Make the fight a brawl. Sucker Lopez into fighting with him on the inside, because that's where Gutierrez is best. And use that great left hook to the liver that he did against Georgie Garcia and the #1 contender in the IBF, Myron Taylor, that really stopped him with liver shots. So put that to good use tonight.
And here's Lupe Gutierrez. He has his supporters from San Jose who've made the trip. This is his second title fight. In 1989, one of his 3 losses. In his 28 fights, he was stopped by Jorge Paez in the 6th round. As you see, Gutierrez has knockout power. He has 19 of them. But this 217-day layoff is really the longest of his career. The featherweight contender stepping up to be the challenger. And let's get to Goosen's Corner with the champion, Tony Lopez.
Yeah, what a fighter he is. I really respect Tony Lopez a lot. He's an intelligent fighter and also a real gutsy fighter, but he's got to use that jab that he used against Jorge Paez so well. And I noticed on the tape with Gutierrez, he's susceptible to uppercuts on the inside. So when he's in there, he's got to use those and surround Gutierrez with angles. Don't stay in front of him. If he's going to have an inside fight, at least maneuver him and use angles.
And here comes the 28-year-old IBF Junior Lightweight Champion from nearby Sacramento. He'll be the home crowd favorite, Tony Lopez, coming off that draw with Brian Mitchell. If he wins this fight tonight, he'll have a rematch with Mitchell in Sacramento, September the 13th.
He's not looking past Gutierrez, but he definitely wants Mitchell. Definitely wants Mitchell again.
He is not a great finisher. In the Mitchell fight, he started off strong and then, well, he kind of fell apart after that and wound up in the draw. He makes the excuse that he's not looking for the knockout. He enters to the ring to the applause of the crowd here on his side. 36-2 with 1 draw, 24 knockouts. The losses to John Molina and early in his career to Ramon Rico when he hit him and disqualified while he was down.
Came back and 20 days later knocked out Rico in 3 rounds, so he avenged that loss.
Our tail of the tape, nearly mirror images. Lopez a bit older, both Californians, nearly even in height, equal in weight, and a little bit of a reach advantage for Tony Lopez.
Yeah, I think, let's see here, average punches per round for a 2-fight average. Lopez 75 a round, Gutierrez 97. Oh, that's a lot. 43 landed for Gutierrez, 24 for Lopez, 32 compared to a 44% for Gutierrez. Let's see here. Let's switch over to the jabs here on the Compi box. We've got a 2-fight average again. Lopez 26 around, Gutierrez 24. Only 7 and 6 landed respectively for both of them. 27 to 25%.
And our rules, the IBF 12-round championship fight, the 10-point must system. no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. That's different from our previous fights this evening. Saved by the bell in only the 12th round, and only the referee can stop the fight. So let's go back up into the ring and the introductions with Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, main events in association with Don Shargan Productions, along with the undisputed, undefeated King of Beer, Budweiser, present the featured bout of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Dr. James Nave, Commissioners Nat Carasali, Bruce Lane, Luther Mack, and Dr. Elias Ghanem. The Executive Director is Chuck Minker. This bout is also sanctioned by the International Boxing Federation, President Robert W. Lee. Supervisor at ringside for the IBF is Jimmy Rondeau. Our physicians at ringside are Dr. Jim McLennan, Dr. John Whitman, and Dr. Flip Omansky. The timekeepers, Jim Carpenter and John Rogers. The 3 judges doing the scoring for this bout on a 10-point must system are Bill Graham, Keith McDonald, and Doug Tucker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Caesars Tahoe here in Lake Tahoe, Nevada, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship of the World. The referee for this bout is Mills Lane. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with gold trim. He weighed in at an even 130 pounds from Turlock, California. He brings an excellent professional record. 25 victories with 19 KOs, only 3 defeats. He's ranked number 2 in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Little Guns Lupe Gutierrez. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing the tiger stripe trunks and weighing in at an even 130 pounds also. From Sacramento, California, his professional record, 36 victories with 24 KOs, only 2 defeats and 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the IBF Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, Tony the Tiger Lopez.
All right, now look, all right, now Jeff, if he goes right there, I'm not gonna call it low, all right now. You've been through all the instructions already for the championship of the world. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions here? Any questions here? Let's get it on, all right.
That's Mills Lane, of course, who refereed the Tyson Ruddock fight. My favorite moment in that fight, when Lane said something to the effect, we'll clean it up, let's cut the stuff out, guys, and fight.
No, he doesn't pull any punches. Mills Lane is very to the point. Always has been. Refereed a lot of fights for the fighters I've had in the past.
And if you're wondering about Little Guns, where that name came from in the Olympic trials, all the other guys had bigger arms, so they said Gutierrez had little guns. So that's where that, and of course, Tony the Tiger Lopez, the obvious nickname for the champion.
Well, these two are no strangers to each other. They were, Gutierrez was hired as a sparring partner for Lopez at one time for the Molina fight.
Here we go. Round 1 championship fight scheduled for 12. Gutierrez promised to come out firing. But Lopez connects with the right. First good punch of the fight. And he does have little guns when you look at the arms compared with Lopez. Maybe the weights and the training. Lopez feels he's the stronger man all the way.
No, he's made a transformation in his body. You can tell right off the bat. Looking at the films just of his fights a few months back till now, his biceps and triceps are a lot bigger looking.
And the jabs from Lopez connecting. And Lopez with a combination and then a right hand. So it's Tony Lopez in the early going and a left.
Lopez has not missed Gutierrez with one right hand tonight.
Lopez has started off this fight strong, and another good right hand from the champion. And the left from Lopez. And the uppercut from Lopez.
Gutierrez living up to his reputation as a slow starter tonight, Len.
And for this first minute and a half, it's been painfully slow. It's been all Tony Lopez.
Well, at least it's nothing new for him. He's experienced this before, so let's see if he can weather it.
And a couple of jabs from Gutierrez as he tries to get in there. Crowd chanting Tony.
Boy, Lopez just cannot miss Gutierrez with the right hand tonight.
Lopez again with the jab. And another one. Gutierrez missing in the final minute of the first round.
Gutierrez is going to have to start rolling that head, weaving under that right hand, or keeping that jab, pumping that jab out more to stop that right hand of Lopez. Hey, there it is again.
Another good uppercut from Lopez. Lopez backs Gutierrez against the ropes with 40 seconds to go in the initial round.
Lopez countering a miss right hand from Gutierrez right to the liver, a great body shot.
The uppercuts from Lopez have been effective, well, as has everything so far.
He hasn't missed him with a punch. And a lot of swelling already over the left eye of Gutierrez.
Gutierrez trying to come on, but that followed another strong combination from Lopez. Final 10 seconds of the first round. A strong first round for the champion, Tony Lopez.
Deep breath. Good work. Working good. You heard him 2 or 3 times in the round. Follow up with the left hook. You're hitting him good with a good combination. When you hit him with the right hand, follow him up to the rope. You got him going. Arturo.
Len, we're going to go back to a little replay here, the early part of the first round. There's one of the few punches that Gutierrez blocked, right hands that he blocked, but Lopez ended up landing the jab. Here's the same thing, blocked right hand. Lopez comes in with a long jab and lands it. Here's the second part of that flurry here. Good uppercut, hook, right hand. Lopez looking to slip something. We didn't see much there, but he's landing his punches nonetheless.
In that first round, Gutierrez just totally overmatched. See what happens here in round 2. Lopez starts strong again with the jab. Oh, another good left. Continues to work that jab.
A left
combination.
A left uppercut that buckled Gutierrez.
A right hand from Lopez. And Lopez continues the attack, the assault. A left-right. And he's all over Gutierrez. And Gutierrez tries to fight back.
But look at Gutierrez come back. What a big heart this kid's got. And he's cut badly in the left eyelid right now, Len.
Gutierrez has Lopez up against the ropes. Blood from the left eye, and Lopez connects with the right to that spot.
It looked like it just banged heads right there, right on top of that cut. Oh. Oh! They both traded right hands there, Len. Gutierrez finding a little bit of a range here.
But he has to take a punch to get one.
He's got to take 4 to get one.
Lopez continues to connect with the jab.
Last round, 65% connect for Lopez, 14% for Gutierrez.
Lopez missing a few punches here. Well, he couldn't keep up the high percentage he had in the first round.
There goes that good liver shot that Gutierrez is famous for.
Gutierrez connects with a left to the body. And the uppercut from Lopez, the right hand. Oh, and a strong right from Lopez. And here comes with the left. Gutierrez straying a bit low with the left hand. He tries to counter. taking a lot of punishment. Gutierrez has in the second round as he has Lopez in the corner.
What a tough kid this Gutierrez is after the punishment he's taken in the first 6 minutes here.
Lopez effectively bobbing and weaving, coming back after taking a right with the combination in return.
Let me tell you, Gutierrez got a lot of snap on that right hand. If it starts finding the range, this fight might even up a little bit.
Final seconds of the second round. And while Gutierrez showed some signs, another strong round for Lopez brings the crowd to its feet.
Luke, you're giving him too much room to punch, son. You're giving him too much goddamn room to punch. You're doing your best work when you've got him on them ropes. Don't headhunt. Don't headhunt. I want you to start putting them together. Get your rhythm going.
Let's go back to the early part of the last round here. Lopez using that jab. Steps with a hook right hand, partially blocked. Back with the jab again. Gutierrez is backing up here, and that's where he's going to be most vulnerable, right there with that right hand. A little later in the round here, here's Gutierrez taking a right uppercut, getting himself back together, and a good left hook. Lopez missing the right hand, but coming back with the hook. Even later in the round here, towards the end, right hand, left jab landing on Gutierrez.
But amidst all that, Gutierrez was able to land a few punches.
That's right.
As we start round 3, they worked on the left eye, where blood was flowing from Gutierrez in that second round. Lopez continues to connect. Gutierrez fights right back.
Lopez landing 70% of his jabs last round, and probably 90% of every other punch.
Lopez jab continues to land, and he follows it up with the combination. And another jab from Lopez.
Gutierrez has got to keep his hands up better. He's just getting hit with everything right over the top.
Gutierrez trying to come on.
Oh, Lordy, he's got a huge cut in his left eyelid. Right now, does Tony Lopez, the champion.
Accidental butt.
Mills Lane calling it an accidental butt.
Okay, come on, let's go, come on, accidental butt, let's go, come on.
Tony Lopez bleeding as a result of that accidental butt.
Well, that can make things real interesting here, and the blood getting in the eye of Lopez and giving him a little bit of trouble right now.
Now Lopez is way ahead, but the fight would have to complete 6 rounds, or else it would be called a technical draw.
Well, that's got to give Gutierrez a lot of incentive now to go after Lopez.
Gutierrez comes on with a strong right hand. Gutierrez's best punch of the night.
Lopez has got great eyes. He saw all those punches move left and right on and then spun off the ropes. Good concentration.
Gutierrez with the jabs and Lopez counters. Oh, good right hand from Gutierrez in the final minute of the 3rd round. And Lopez comes right back.
Well, Lopez has worked that same punch 5 or 6 times now. Right hand and left jab, followed by that jab. And Gutierrez is suckered by it every time. There again. Right hand, left jab.
Gutierrez attacking Lopez, and he moves away in the final seconds of the 3rd round. Strongest round for Gutierrez, and I'm not sure he's taken it, but he's landed some good blows.
Well, he landed 2 right hands right there and a left hook to the body. Well, that's a nasty looking cut on Lopez.
Remember, the result of an accidental headbutt. The fine head movement continues from the champion Tony Lopez.
Well, luckily for Tony Lopez, he's got the best in the business in his corner. Norm Lockwood working those cuts. Let's see Norm Lockwood go to work here in the corner.
Tell the referee what he knows there's a butt. No, it's not bad.
You heard Norm Lockwood Doc would say, no, it's not bad.
You got to let the referee know that it was a butt.
I did.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're going to go to a replay of the butt here, Len. You see Gutierrez coming close, and it looked like Lopez slipped right into Gutierrez's head. Later on,
good right from Gutierrez.
Yeah, exactly, coming on strong here. Landed the right hand. But there goes Lopez countering with that right hand, left jab again.
Interesting story with Lupe Gutierrez. He has a bionic right hand. They took a piece of bone from his hip and implanted it in the back of his right hand.
Right. They actually fused the wrist for the large metacarpal right there. Boy, through 3 rounds, Lopez has landed 82 of 112 jabs, 73%. That's an amazing stat right there.
Round 4, we'll see if Gutierrez can follow up his strongest round yet. He goes after Lopez one more time.
Watch the hands, come on.
Mills lane separates the boxers. Lopez with the right. They trade punches right above us. Another good jab from Lopez.
Gutierrez landing a rare jab of his own. It was a little low right there.
And Lopez's head snapped back by the jab, and the blood continues to trickle from the cut on Tony Lopez. Gutierrez not bleeding right now from his earlier cut. Midway through the 4th round. And Lopez, every jab is greeted by cheers from his adoring fans here. And every time Gutierrez fires and misses, he takes a jab in return.
Well, Gutierrez is reaching with that right hand, and Lopez is stepping back and then coming back in with a jab.
And the right hand by Lopez.
Gutierrez should work that right hand behind a double jab or at least a single jab, but get in first with the jab.
Lopez continues to fend them off with the jab. And another left.
Gutierrez bleeding from the nose now. He's getting peppered and really banged up with that jab of Lopez. Lopez has got Gutierrez confused. He's circling around him, moving left, moving right, peppering him with all sorts of punches. If he could do this all night, I don't see it going the distance. He'd probably cut him up.
Both fighters bleeding now with 20 seconds to go in the 4th. Gutierrez taking the worst of that exchange.
Good head movement by Lopez. Moved under a punch and then slipped out off the ropes.
And the jab from Gutierrez. And that does it for the 4th round.
Get your legs on. You're backing up, he's knocking the fuck out of you. You can't go back. Lupe, how many times?
It's okay. You're still all right. Still all right.
How do you feel? You're not throwing your punches in combinations. And you're walking straight in. He's picking you with the jab.
All right, let's check in on Cindy Barton's scorecard. Cindy, what do you have for us?
Lynn, I have Lopez winning right now, 39, Gutierrez 37. Round 3 and 4 were obviously real give and take rounds. As you can see, I gave Gutierrez round 3, Lopez round 10. It seems like Lopez is applying most of the pressure. His shots are definitely more powerful.
And we heard Gutierrez's corner. Thank you, Cindy. We heard the corner saying, got to get some combinations going.
Right. Well, Jeff Morha actually told Lupe Gutierrez, you've got to back this kid up. You got to stay on him, and you got to throw in combinations. And it's the truth.
Officially, we're in State Line, Nevada, with California being 3 blocks away as we start the 5th round. Gutierrez doing some fine defensive work there and parrying the blows. Lopez continues to be a surgeon with that jab.
Boy,
and a right from Lopez.
Just landed a beautiful right hand. But he's boxing beautifully, Len. Ooh.
Gutierrez gets him in the corner.
Landed a good straight right hand.
Gutierrez, a game fighter, keeps coming back, Joe.
Well, you know, that's his reputation, Len, and he's really living up to it right now.
But he's bleeding from that cut under the left eye. That was not a result of a butt.
No, and that's almost a new cut, if I'm not mistaken, under his left eye. Am I not mistaken? Am I right there?
Unless the blood's coming down from the cut above.
Sure looks like a new cut, though.
All right, here we go.
Midway through the 5th round, the supporters of Lopez chanting Tony. But Gutierrez on the attack. The Lopez answers. Another left from Lopez. Well, he's landed a lot of punches tonight.
Sure has. I think Gutierrez is making a mistake when he gets Lopez along the ropes, that he's not capitalizing on hitting the body more and trying to slow him down.
Boy, that cut looks ugly. It is under the eye as well on Gutierrez.
That blood is definitely got to be hampering his vision in that left eye.
Final minute of the 5th round. Gutierrez looks a little bit tired here in the latter stages of the 5th. Punches just don't have the zip right now from Gutierrez. Oh! Lopez with the uppercut. And the left. Lopez used that uppercut effectively early and then went away from it. Got it back there. The left side of Gutierrez's face is really chopped up, Joe. Another uppercut from Lopez.
Well, that's from all the right hands he's been taking tonight. Earlier, just a few seconds ago, Gutierrez landed a straight right hand flush and really didn't seem to bother Lopez that much. Right here in this corner.
And punches lack the power right now from Gutierrez in the final seconds of the 5th round. Lopez comes right back. And again with that jab. Mills Lane calls time.
Take a look. Let's take a look.
He wants the doctor to take a look at that left eyelid.
That eye.
Yeah, he's got the doctor in the corner now looking at Gutierrez's left eye.
Just give us a little time to work on it, baby.
That's a nasty cocksucker. You got to fight him now. You hear me? And you know why your eye's bad? Because you're backing out.
This one's okay. I think over here. I'll hold that one.
Well, Gutierrez's trainer, Jeff Morha, told him that he's backing out. That's why he's getting caught with those right hands. And he told him this fight may not last longer. That cut is real bad.
Hey, I understand, Jeff, but it comes off out there. It's not good for your kid.
Jesus Christ.
Drop down. You gotta hold this. Hold this on it. Come up the stairs.
Okay, that's about that last week.
Corner telling him to really go after Lopez because of that cut.
This fight may not last much longer if that doctor sees that cut getting any worse. Check this out here. Look at this. 345 punches thrown by Lopez, 234 landed, 68%, 360 by Gutierrez. What was that? What was the percentage? 17% there?
Yeah.
Didn't catch the end.
Here we go with round 6.
It was 21% if my eyes weren't deceiving me.
The bleeding has stopped for now. We'll see how long that lasts. As Gutierrez goes to work on Lopez against the ropes.
Lopez has got that great head movement. He's really doing himself a disservice by not going downstairs.
Lopez continues to land the left. And Gutierrez sneaks the right in there. Remember in the Mitchell fight, Lopez started so strong and it wound up a draw. See if Tony's learned his lesson this time around. Here he comes after him with a combination.
Well, he contends he's in much better shape than those days, that this new program he's on is rejuvenated, really.
And another good jab. And the blood is flowing again from Gutierrez's cut.
All right, get him up. Get him up. Come on.
And another jab from Lopez. looking to land that right hand, Lopez is, right on the cut that would perhaps put an end to this fight. Well, Mills Lane wants the cut check one more time. Timeout here in the 6th round.
It doesn't look like the doctor's going to stop the fight. He asked him, can you still see? And that's all he needed to hear was a yes from Gutierrez, and bingo, the fight's back on. But the doctor can't stop the fight here.
The two mix it up one more time, and Lopez doing more damage. And Gutierrez with a right, and Lopez answered, and another right from Lopez. Again, the punches of Gutierrez seem to lack the power to me, Joe.
Well, he looks like he's got decent snap on it, but what's taken away from the effectiveness is Lopez is blocking him.
Lopez, another overhand right, and another one. And backs up Gutierrez with the combination. And the uppercut from Lopez. He's got Gutierrez in trouble. Lopez all over Gutierrez. And down goes Gutierrez.
That's it.
And that's the fight. Tony Lopez successfully defends his IBF Junior Lightweight Championship with a 6th round knockout of Lupe Gutierrez. We've had a pair of 6th round knockouts tonight. First, Lennox Lewis, and now Tony Lopez has broken the TVKO jinx as he keeps his championship belt tonight here in Lake Tahoe.
And looked brilliant doing it, Len. He really boxed beautifully, put his combinations together great tonight. Here's a replay of the knockout here. We're going to see the last few seconds. That's where Gutierrez's leg went out from underneath him there. He looked wobbly. There goes Lopez. 2 uppercuts, right uppercut, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, everything. Throwing everything in the book and hitting him with it. And Mills Lane could have stopped it right there, but he's given Gutierrez an opportunity to try to come back. That big last right hand put the final touches on it, and that was it. Here's another angle. Here's Lopez hunting him down, left hook to the liver, left uppercut right up the middle, right uppercut, left hook, right hand, and there he goes. He just starts throwing all sorts of punches. And Gutierrez just trying to protect himself at this point. He's basically out on his feet and his legs are gone. He's getting hit with everything. He almost turns aside like that's enough. Last right hand, bingo.
There it is. So Lopez is the finisher tonight, unlike the last fight, upping his record to 37-2-1. Let's take another look.
You say you haven't had enough? Here it is. One more look. There goes Gutierrez. There's where his leg wobbled on him. I think Lopez saw it and decided to go in for the kill. 2 uppercuts. Right uppercut just missed that. Left hook, right hand, landed. Well, those are all stinging shots. There he is up against the ropes. Good left hook. He's pinned against the ropes here. Could have been stopped there because he was actually defenseless. One more right hand. Right. Bingo. See ya. That was it. That put the final touches on it.
All right, let's go to Michael Buffer for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I give the official time, how about a round of applause for challenger and champion here at Caesars Tahoe. One hell of a fight. Referee Mills Lane steps in to stop this bout at 2 minutes 42 seconds of the 6th round. The winner by TKO and still junior lightweight champion of the world, Sacramento's own Tiger, Tony Lopez.
Well, he said he was stronger, the new weight training, the new trainer, and he certainly appeared to back up his words as his handlers lift him up to his adoring fans. As Tony Lopez remains champion and sets up that rematch with Brian Mitchell for September 13th. Here on TVKO in Sacramento. you look at the final fight statistics, Lopez connected on 67% of his punches. Gutierrez just 22%. Both of them threw over 400 punches in the nearly 6 rounds that they fought. Lopez certainly looked to be the stronger, certainly well-deserved to keep his championship belt here this evening. Fine performance from Tony Lopez. And those are the statistics I just mentioned. Wow. Punches thrown nearly even, but the connect percentage is Lopez landing 290 to just 92 for Gutierrez. And as I noted throughout in the latter stages of the fight, I just didn't see the power in the punches of Lupe Gutierrez. Let's go up to Joe Goosen, who's in the ring with the still champion, Tony Lopez.
That's right. I've got the still champion, the junior lightweight champion with me, Tony Lopez, who's now you're looking down the road at a rematch with Brian Mitchell from South Africa in your hometown in Sacramento. What's that going to be like, Tony?
A war. I'm taking that one personal. It's not business anymore. It's about 40% business and 60% personal with Mitchell.
Why is it personal?
I said a few things to my mom after the last fight, and that's like a definite no-no in where I come from, you know. So we got to square that one out.
All right, great. Now let's get back to the fight tonight. You went on a new training regime. You went on a strength program with Chaz Jordan here. You got a new trainer, Stan Ward, who was nice, calm, cool, and collected in the corner. How did you feel with the new group of people you had tonight?
Very confident. When I went out there, third, fourth round, came back, breathing a little bit, left like it was the first round again. I mean, the training that they put me through, everybody, I mean, Art, Stan, Chaz, everybody, they did a wonderful job, you know, and I got a great corner.
Did you find some newfound power in that weight training program you went on? Could you see the difference? Could you feel the difference?
I did. You know, you could feel the difference. I never felt this good in my life. I mean, I felt like I was a solid 130, and it felt good. It really did.
As far as the headbutt goes, that was bothering you a little bit. Did that affect your vision at all tonight when you were? You got hit with a few right hands later on. Was that because of the blood in your eye or what?
No, I just got caught. Right. You know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, right. He caught with a few right hands, and but at first when I first got the cut, a little blood got in my eye, and I wiped it right off right away, and after that, it wasn't no problem.
Right. It seemed like you came on even stronger the fifth, sixth round. Did it take time to get a second win, or what was the reason for you coming on so strong in the sixth?
Well, I guess it's because I was being a little bit careful, you know, not knowing the new training regimen, if it's going to work or not, and it did. I mean, I was feeling good every round, and in the later rounds I was feeling even better.
Were you surprised that Lupe Gutierrez took some solid, and he took a lot of right hands in the first 3 rounds? Were you surprised he was still there after 3 rounds with the right hands he was taking?
I really was. He takes a good shot. You can't take nothing from him. I mean, he's a fighter's fighter. I mean, he's come to fight, he puts on a show, and that's what he gets paid for, and that's what all these people pay for, is a good fight, and that's what he gives.
Let me add to this. Now, you're at 130 pounds right now. You're 27 years old, is it? 27 years old? Are you planning on moving up to maybe lightweight division in the near future after you defend against Mitchell?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to move up. I'm only going to be stronger, so I'm going to do it right. Chad's going to make sure of it, and then I'll be even stronger at 35.
So in other words, you might be interested after this fight with Brian Mitchell of giving up your 130-pound title and going up to 135 pounds. Of course, there's only one guy up there, and who's that?
Pernell Whitaker. I got to do it.
You'd be anxious to fight Pernell Whitaker up there.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, it'd have to be that way. You know, champion moving up, you got to fight another champ. You know, it makes a good fight.
That's right. Now. As far as Pernell Whitaker, would a southpaw style like his and that speed of his bother you at all, or what would your plan? What would your fight plan be against somebody like Pernell Whitaker?
Well, I fought quite a few southpaws in my life, and mainly as a professional, I fought a lot of southpaws, and I've always had good luck with southpaws. I've never had problems with them, and every southpaw I've had, I've knocked out. So I'm hoping to keep up the luck.
So we're looking at September 13th for you on TVKO, back again at the Arco Arena. What do you think? It's going to be a real quiet, mild crowd there at Arco Arena on the 13th?
You know, not Sacramento. No way. We wouldn't go for it.
All right. Let me, Chaz. Let me just ask you one thing here. You did a wonderful job with Tony. Are you going to continue to work with Tony?
By all means. He's just like Evander. He's just like family now.
Right. You're going to be very busy this fall. You got a lot of champions going for you right now. How does it feel?
I feel wonderful. I feel like I'm on top of the world. Anytime you get one like Tony Lopez and Evander that works easy with you, it's no problem.
Great. You're all wonderful people, and good luck to you in the future, and be looking to seeing you September 13th at Arco Arena, Tony.
All right.
All right, Chief.
See you at home,
Take care.
Brendan. Bye, Brendan.
Well, wonderful champion. Tony Lopez looked wonderful tonight, and he's going to, I think, be a new improved Tony Lopez for Brian Mitchell comes September 13th. It is at Arco Arena. Back to you, Len.
All right, thank you, Joe. And after he fights Brian Mitchell, Tony Lopez has said he'd like to move right on past the lightweights to the junior welterweights. He says for two reasons: 50% challenge, 50% money. I have a feeling money has a lot to do with it. That's where the big names, Pernell Whitaker and Camacho and Chavez and the others down the road for Tony Lopez, and he showed tonight. Strong fighter. So Lake Tahoe turned out to be a night for the favorites, if you like to gamble in this gambling town. All the favorites won. Mark Breland in the first round, Lennox Lewis, a 6th round knockout. Ditto for the IBF junior lightweight champion, Tony Lopez. So that's the story for Cindy Barton, Joe Goose, and I'm Len Berman at ringside. Let's send you back to our host, high above Caesars Outdoor Arena, Cambrell Marshall.
Thank you very much, Len Berman. Along the shores of Lake Tahoe, Summer Thunder coming to an end. We saw Mark Breland come away with a win as he continues to go into the middleweight ranks. Lennox Lewis in a 6th round knockout, and of course, Mr. Tony Lopez.